Hello and welcome to another Doctor Who video here on my channel. As you can see here, I've gone ahead and purchased the complete set of brand new B&M figures that have been released literally this week. I've gone ahead and bought two of each because that's what I do here on this channel, one to open and one to keep in its box. Now this video has been specially requested by Callum Jones, so I hope you enjoy it, and let's have a little look and see what the differences are between the original releases from last year to these brand new releases that we have today. So first of all, we have the brand new Third Doctor and TARDIS from the Monster of Peladon, and as you can see here I have two of these. One of these will be kept mint in its packaging and the other will be opened. Now this is technically a brand new set because the TARDIS is different to the original release that came with the Third Doctor. The thing I can notice about it the most is the fact that the base down there at the bottom is actually blue and not black. And of course we have a new outfit for the Third Doctor, so really excited about having this set. Now apparently this set is the one that everyone is trying to track down, and at the moment there doesn't seem to be many. Well, I went to my local B&M and they had over 20 of these sets here. They were all stacked up very nice and neatly. All the boxes seem to be in really good condition as well, so don't worry if your local B&M hasn't got these yet. They will have them in very soon. Probably worth checking next weekend. Give it a week, give it some time for it to come through on delivery, and same goes for the Dalek sets as well. So that is the Third Doctor, John Pertwee, the Monster of Peladon set. So really happy to have this. I will talk a bit more about this particular set in another video which I will upload at some point in the future, so be sure to subscribe for that. In this video we're looking at the differences really between the Dalek sets. So with that being said, let's jump to the Daleks. Okay, so here are the Dalek sets, the brand new ones for 2020. We've got the 7th Doctor, the 8th Doctor and the War Doctor times 2. Basically I decided to buy both because what I do is keep one mint in its packaging and of course open the other one. Now I do have the original releases from 2019, mint sealed in their packaging, up there, but instead of showing you guys them in their box, I thought you'd rather see them like loose and opened, because as I say, I have one of each opened and not opened. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and open each one of these sets, one of each from each Doctor, 7, 8 and War, and then compare the difference between 2019 and 2020. Okay, so one thing I've noticed, and I didn't notice this before with the 2019 sets, but it is actually the same. All the inlays are exactly the same for these Dalek sets. It doesn't matter if it's the 7th, 8th or War, 2019 or 2020, they're exactly the same. So I guess that's kind of a bit cheaper for them to go ahead and print. Okay, so I've gone ahead and opened up the 7th, the 8th and the War Doctor Dalek sets, and I can already tell you that there are some differences for sure, but be careful if, like me, you have now both, that you don't mix them up and get completely confused of what's going on. So we'll start with the 7th Doctor. So the original release of the 7th Doctor, which was titled the 7th Doctor and Axis Strike Squad Dalek, was a figure just like this. And that is the 7th Doctor of 2019. If I compare him to the new 2020 version, there is a lot going on here. As you can see, first of all, the biggest change is he is wearing a hat, and he's also grinning like a Cheshire cat. And he's got a nice, lovely brown jacket, and I think, if I'm not much mistaken, everything else seems to be roughly the same, but there's enough difference there, having these both in hand, to, in my opinion, make it definitely worth getting this particular set again, even if you've already got it, because the difference in these figures is quite good, to be honest with you. So comment on the Facebook link that's going to be part of this video, because comments on my YouTube videos don't work anymore, if you spot any other differences that I've missed, because I'm blind as a bat. So there is the 7th Doctor. Let's take a look at the Dalek that came with this set as well. Okay, so this is the original 2019 release, and alongside him is the 2020 release. So remember, this one here I'm shaking and wobbling and putting upside down is the 2020 release. And if we have a little look at the differences there, all I can see is the band here, which is gold on the 2019 release, seems to be a bit more of a silvery colour. and the dome looks practically the same. I'll go out on a limb here and say, apart from the fact, like I said, that the rim on the 2019 Dalek and the slats are gold, now they're a kind of a silvery colour. So there is a bit of difference, but not much. But it's another Dalek for the collection, that's for sure. So remember, 2019, 2020. There's your Dalek comparisons. Moving on to the 8th Doctor. Now this is the 8th Doctor that was released back in 2019. I'll try and keep 2019 on this side of the screen and 2020 on this side so you guys can kind of see what's going on. So again, the 8th Doctor, a lovely release here. This was from the 8th Doctor and Dalek Interrogator Prime. The new 2020 release is this one here, and the differences that I can tell are the jacket on the 2020 release, this one here that's upside down, is definitely a lot darker. I am instantly kind of drawn towards this new one. I think it's slightly better, slight improvement. Other than that, it looks like it's pretty much the same. So if you've already got this one and you're wanting to buy it for the 8th Doctor, maybe give this one a miss. But the Dalek, on the other hand, is awesome. Let's take a look at the Dalek that came with both of these sets. Now this is your 2019 release, the original release here, which is a lovely, lovely addition. But with the brand new one, the 2021, and you can see, hopefully the light does it justice, the colour of that blue is just beautiful. The 2019 one, this one here, is a lot darker, whereas the lighter blue there really helps make the silver pop away really nicely, so you can definitely see the difference there. It's almost like I've customized it, but I haven't, obviously. It's just the variant. So if you're looking at picking up the 8th Doctor set for the Dalek, definitely go ahead and do so, because I mean it just looks absolutely amazing. Let's move on and have a look at the War Doctor now. Okay, so the original War Doctor looked something along the lines of this. There we go, and it was the first time I had a War Doctor figure in the collection, so I was very happy about it. The new 2020 release instantly looks different, and that is simply because, if I can even hold him, his arms seem a bit wobbly. The jumper on the War Doctor is now red. This is the 2020 version, so there's definitely a difference there. And the jacket has got a darker wash. I would say that this jacket on 2019 looks kind of better, but the red really pops on the jumper there. And also the bottoms of his legs are a different shade as well. And yeah, so if you're looking at tracking down this one already, I would say definitely, if you haven't got one, get a new one, because that red just looks absolutely amazing. Now let's take a look at the Dalek, which would be the Dalek Scientist that came with this set. So here is the original Dalek Scientist that came with the set, and it was a nice addition to the collection for sure. The plunger needs sorting out, it's a little bit wonky. And the new 2020 Dalek is here. Now you may think, where's the difference in this one? Well, hopefully the light picks it up. The hemispheres on this one, the 2020 one, are kind of a different colour silver, if that makes any sense. And so is the head there as well. It's a lighter kind of almost bluey grey. And again, I think that looks really, really nice. But my honest opinion, I think the 2019 Dalek, this one here that's upside down, is actually superior, because I think the grey blue looks a little bit like a washed out colour, whereas the silver just looks better in my opinion. So this would be the weakest set out of all three sets that I've just kind of reviewed for you, in my opinion. I hope you've enjoyed that comparison video. If you are struggling to get these sets in B&M at the moment, especially the aforementioned 3rd Doctor and TARDIS from the Monster Repellodon, don't stress out, it will be literally there, it will be available for you soon. I've been told by a few people that the B&M home garden centres, so the bigger B&Ms generally have these first, and then the smaller B&Ms, they get the stock quite later on. One thing I noticed about my particular local B&M is that the 2019 sets, and I'm talking the Silver Nemesis, the Sontaran set, the 2 Doctors sets, they're like reduced down to like £10, which is insanely cheap, and I wish I'd waited and just paid £10 each, but you just can't take that risk. Because if it's like the 3rd Doctor and TARDIS that was released in 2018, I think it was, then you can't find it anymore, and on eBay it's expensive, like really expensive. So hopefully you will be able to track down all the sets you want. Before I end this video, I've just noticed that very close by, in hand distance, is the Third Doctor and TARDIS from B&M, the original release. Here it is, and I thought I would just display this one nicely next to the new Third Doctor and TARDIS set, just to show you the difference. Obviously the packaging I think is way better in the original one there, but you can see the difference in comparison. I'll be completely honest with you, the Third Doctor looks better in the red outfit anyway, really, but I think the TARDIS is probably better in the new 2019 set. So there's a little sneak peek, a little comparison of the new and old Third Doctor and TARDIS set. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I will see you all again very soon when I will be reviewing this set here, the Third Doctor and TARDIS from the Monster of Peladon. Until then, take care and goodbye for now.